Gonzalez was the first Portuguese in 1442 who returned with Negro slaves, purchased instead of the Africans. Hold up. Let's read that again. Gonzalez was the first Portuguese in 1442 who returned with Negro slaves purchased instead of the Africans? Wait, so this Portuguese slave trader was selling Negroes that are not African? But I thought the Negroes were Africans. Well, funny story about the word Negro. See, when people think Negro, they think African. But the word Negro wasn't defined as a person from Africa until the year 1550. Negro, 1550s. Member of a black-skinned race from Africa. From Portuguese and Spanish, Negro, black. First use of the noun Negro, 1555. So the term Negro wasn't used as a definition of people from Africa or of African descent until the year 1555. So what the heck were we before 1555? Quote, in Portugal, the name of a Jew is a term of such high reproach that the government found it necessary to enact a law which forbade any person to call another person by that appellation. If a man who styled a Jew to his face stabs the offender, the law does not even condemn him. And trifling as this regulation may appear, it's produced beneficial effects. The history of the Jews, from the destruction of Jerusalem to the present, by Hannah Adams, 1818. So there was a law passed in Portugal that Jews could not be called Jews any longer without illegal action. It was so extreme that if someone called you a Jew, you could stab them in the face and see no jail time. So then if the term Jew was outlawed, what were they called back then? Let's go back to the Nautical magazine. Prince Harry's colonies were enlarged by his successors. King John II, in 1492, expelled all the Jews to the island of St. Thomas, which had been discovered in 1471, and to other Portuguese settlements on the continent of Africa. And from these banished Jews, the Black Portuguese, as they are called, and the Jews in Luango, who are despised even by the very Negroes, are descended. By these colonialists, St. Thomas soon became a considerable place of trade and valuable for its sugar plantations. These Negroes were purchased in Guinea, Congo, and Mansa-Congo. Alright, hold on. You mean to tell me that in 1492, more happened than Columbus sailing the ocean blue?
Turn back, Columbus. Turn back, Columbus.
And that the Jews of Spain and Portugal, who were known as the Negroes, were sent from Spain and Portugal to slave colonies to be sold to work on sugar plantations, all at the same time. And that these were the same outposts that were used in the transatlantic slave trade. So how did that get left out? Well, let's get a little more specific. The King of Portugal lent a colony thither, above 200 years before, whom the unwholesome air destroyed. Yet the place was not left desolate, for he sent new inhabitants, who first settled Guinea, next in Angola, and lastly on St. Thomas, that they may also be better used to the air. That the said king sold all those Jews for slaves that refused to embrace the Roman religion, and caused their children to be baptized, from whom coming together in great numbers, most of the present inhabitants were descended. America, being the latest and most accurate description of the New World, containing the original inhabitants and their remarkable voyages